to NBA 2K18 Knicks My League Episode 2. And I found a huge trade here for Joakim Noah. Tristan Thompson. We're taking this. So, as I told you last episode, that we would trade Joakim Noah. That we would trade Joakim Noah in episode 1. And we're playing the first in the East right now. At home opener. Blake Griffin is in this lineup. Let's see how we do in this game. And here, welcome to 2K Sports pregame show here. Knicks, Pistons, Kristaps Porzingis. Great game. He only had 6 in the game versus and Blake Griffin, who is with the Pistons now. And believe this should be a good game here tonight as the Knicks open up the season, their home season, as their home opener. As the starting lineup for the first home game of the season for the Knicks. Trey Burke. Michael Beasley. We just acquired Tristan Thompson here. Michael Beasley starting for us. And Tim Hardaway Jr. starting for your New York Knicks. Enes Kanter, everyone's favorite here in New York. Enes Kanter. And your favorite, Kristaps Porzingis. And your head coach, Jeff Hornack. It's about time people noticed that he would be the head coach in New York. But we opened things up with a huge game, home opener for the Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis. Key matchup is Blake Griffin and Kristaps Porzingis. And it is a power forward matchup. I think Blake Griffin will take that category in points, but Porzingis in other stuff. So here in New York, Blake Griffin, of course he's guarded by Kristaps Porzingis. The only matchup for Blake Griffin here on this Knicks team. And Blake Griffin right over Trey Burke. And now here's Tim Hardaway Jr. playing here in the first home game for the Knicks. And it goes. Beautiful bucket for Tim Hardaway Jr. And now here's Reggie Jackson. Gives that to Luke Galloway. Galloway driving in. Trey Burke. Hardaway Jr. Back to Beasley. Now he's got by Reggie Bullock. Pretty good matchup if you ask me, and it comes out as Beasley comes out on the offensive end, 4-4. And guess I can't believe that this Knicks team pulled off an upset versus OKC, putting the team 1-0 in the season. Now here's Reggie Bullock. Bullock getting it to go. Here's Trey Burke. Had a good game in OKC, but here in the home opener, looking to put on a show. And he gets that one to go. Now here's Reggie Jackson. Over to the star, Andre Drummond. The star in Detroit, who's always been the star in Detroit and always will be the star in Detroit. And no, Drummond misses. But now it's Porzingis. Andre Drummond in last night's win versus Washington ends up getting 23. It was something else. And now here's Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis throwing it down with a two-handed slam. Porzingis. Reggie Jackson looking to lead the team. Pass it to Reggie Bullock. Great offensive player for Reggie Bullock. And it goes with seconds left on the shot clock. 2 points away from double digits for both teams. Enes Kanter guarded by Andre Drummond. I don't know how that's not the key matchup. Enes Kanter for the Knicks, throwing it down. Bing. Four or five. Knicks by 2. New York Knicks by 2. And Kanter and Drummond right over Enes Kanter. Andre Drummond, second in rebounding last season. Here he is, Trey Burke. And it's a beautiful bucket from Trey Burke. 2-point game for the Knicks. Luke Galloway driving it. And no, can't get it to go. Now Beasley. To Porzingis, guarded by Griffin. Two of the franchise player versus the star in Detroit, Blake Griffin. Here's Griffin himself. Just talking about him. He's guarded by Trey Burke. I don't get how that is a pretty good matchup if you ask me, but like. And Griffin, chance for the N1, but couldn't get it to go himself. Chance for. And it goes. Griffin. And it goes. Blake Griffin got both to go. Now here's Emmanuel Mudiay. Traded to New York. I don't know who was in change, but Emmanuel Mudiay. Mudiay going in, a former Nugget. And I'm hoping, and Ish Smith is out there for Detroit. I hope we have Tristan Thompson out for us this game. And yes, we do. We have Tristan Thompson out for us. The newly acquired Tristan Thompson. Ooh, Ish Smith got it to go. And Frank Nicolita and Courtney Lee is also out there for New York. And Ennis. And it goes for Nicolita. Stanley Johnson. 2-season vet here in the NBA. No, and Johnson and Kyle O'Quinn. It goes for Stanley Johnson. Season averaging 7 per game. That's pretty good. Here's Emmanuel Mudiay to Kyle O'Quinn. Anthony Tolliver. And here's Quinn getting it to go. 4-point lead here, if you ask me now. Ennis. Sauces it to Anthony Tolliver. And Tolliver laying it up. 18-20. Here's Emmanuel Mudiay. The win versus Washington was something else. 12 points. And now Courtney Lee guarded by. And Courtney Lee will be shooting 1+ possession. And that one goes for Courtney Lee. Courtney Lee outstanding shooter if you ask me. But like, you know, he's been good some areas. Some areas he hasn't been. Some years he's been good. Some years he hasn't. Oh, and no, Johnson. Ennis over to Johnson. And Tristan Thompson with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Tristan Thompson, the newly acquired Nick. And Thompson throwing it down, first bucket as a New York Knick. Must be huge for him. Now here's Troy Lyer. With 8 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, and now Lyer, the big man. Detroit's big man by 1. Emmanuel Mudiay. And this game is 1 quarter in. 24-23, I believe is the score, but the Knicks chance to go 2-0 for a very long time. This Knicks team has been very good, but they just haven't been able to do good in the standings. 22-23 after 1 quarter. Frank Nicolita loving the game right now. Kylo Quinn loving the game right now. What's gonna happen next? I don't know. And the Knicks scoring ability, these teams' scoring ability has been very, very good. And now here, Emmanuel Mudiay is the starting point guard here in the second quarter. The New York Knicks have Emmanuel Mudiay. Now here's Mudiay. Mudiay with 4 3-point game. Here's Ennis. And now here's Ennis. And a shooting foul. We're battling after later. Okay. And now Ennis shooting 2 at the line. James Ennis this season 3.5 points per game. And I believe that is his 3rd point. I believe that's his 4th. We're going to find out. James Ennis has 2 in the game. And now here's Frank Nicolita for the Knicks. Used to be a starting point guard after Melo left. He got moved up high level. He is a guy the Knicks rely on. Here's Troy Lyer. And Lyer making it the 1-point game, 26-27. Tristan Thompson's out there for the New York Knicks. Huge for them as Thompson got acquired for Joakim Noah. And it goes for Courtney Lee, 3-point game. It's been that all night long. Ish Smith, former 76er. He's probably that in my league, but like, you know, in season mode he's with the Pistons like he is in real life. And it goes. Ish Smith, 1-point game. And now here's Tristan Thompson, the new Knicks big man. And a turnover. Chance for this Pistons team. They're first in the East right now with a win over Washington, but they might not have it by the end of tonight. Now here's Troy Lyer. And now, Thompson now. Ooh. Thompson, the newly acquired Nick with a huge slam. And it's 28-31. And now the Knicks by 3 points. This has been a very close game, if you ask me. But now Reggie Jackson back out there for the Pistons might get better. They might end up having the lead by halftime. Who knows? Troy Burke, Jackson. And it's a 1-point game now. Now Troy Burke, starting point guard here in New York. And Burke also going to get to go. 3-point game. Starters out there for both teams. Andre Drummond. And now the big man, Andre Drummond on Enes Kanter. Huge matchup if you ask me, and a miss. And a chance to make it a 5-point game. Kristaps Porzingis was a huge rookie back in 2015-16. And he's throwing it down. Kristaps Porzingis getting things done on the glass. Reggie Jackson. Here's got the ball. Trey Burke. Ooh, and Jackson. 32-35. Here's Enes Kanter. Was just a player, a really good player in OKC. Now he's one of the star players here in New York. And Kanter getting things going in. Reggie Jackson, 32-37. 5-point lead for the Knicks. The Knicks have never lost this season. They pulled up a huge win over what's it called? A huge win over the Thunder. But now here's Beasley. Anything can happen, and Beasley getting it to go for the Knicks. Reggie Bullock, really good offensive/defensive player. He's a great two-way player himself. Oh, Porzingis, no, but Drummond, he gets rejected from Porzingis himself. Beasley, Hardaway Jr. And Hardaway Jr. can't get the dunk to go. That's going to be on SportsCenter all night tonight. But what a game. And now here's Tim Hardaway Jr. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And Galloway getting it to go. 3-point game. And now here's Kristaps Porzingis. And Porzingis. Star power here in New York. Now Galloway, guarded by Beasley. Luke Galloway, huge player and it's good. There's the win. 0 turnovers himself in New York. And now here's Tim Hardaway Jr. to Beasley. Takes to Enes Kanter, guarded by Drummond. Ooh, and Enes. He is known for doing that. He's that close, he's gonna go for the finish. But he just pulled it off. And now Drummond getting it to go. 3-point game. 43-40 here in New York. Reggie Jackson. And it goes. 5-point with 13 seconds. I think they're going to end the quarter like this. But it's all up to Luke Galloway. Or Blake Griffin, who has the ball right now for Detroit. Ending the quarter with a huge slam. 42-45. Very close half court. but it's 42-45 at halftime. What a game. I believe Kristaps Porzingis had a good second quarter. But lighten things up, I'm here with newly acquired Nick Tristan Thompson. How does it feel to be with New York? Yeah, New York is one of the dream places to be, you know. Everyone loves being here. I love being in New York, and I find it's great. Thank you, Tristan, for sharing that with us. Tristan Thompson has a great future here in New York. He certainly had one in Cleveland, but, you know, things don't always go your way. He would have, if he had a choice, I guarantee he would have stayed with Cleveland. But here in the first quarter highlights, Blake Griffin. He can finish, and I think that's Hardaway Jr. finishing. And it's Bullock there. Porzingis slamming it down. Cantor slamming it down. And it's the big man coming out top. And now here's Thompson with the dunk. Second quarter was just as good. Ending the quarter. Boom. The big man for both teams that really came out big with dunks. Boom. Porzingis. And bam, Johnson, and bam, Reggie Jackson, and Porzingis 8, and John Luer with 6 points. I find that this game will have a twist, a very good twist, a very good second half, but we're going to find out with Ernie Johnson. No, you're going to find out with your commentary, J.E., if that is going to happen. Welcome back to New York City. 3-point game, and it is something to cheer about. And let's go Knicks. Here, home opener, we're going to see who leads both teams in points. And obviously, Kristaps Porzingis is high with Trey Burke. Cantor not far behind. Beasley with 4, Thompson with 4, Moutier with 4, Frank Nitilita with 4. Courtney Lee with 3, Tim Hardaway Jr. with 2, Kylo Quinn 2. Jared Jack did not play yet. Lance Thomas did not play, and Isaiah Hicks did not play. So for the Pistons, Reggie Jackson leads it, tied with Luke Galloway, Griffin, and Blake Griffin. 3-way tie for the lead. And John Luer, 6. He's been the most impressive. A guy like John Luer, a guy the Pistons never expected to be that good, is coming up big for them here tonight. And Reggie Bullock 4, Drummond 4, Ish Smith 4, Stanley Johnson 2, Anthony Tolliver 2, James Ennis 2, and all the rest of these guys did not play. So a lot of these players absolutely been great. And of course the Knicks will start with the ball. Chance to make it a 7-point lead. We might find out. Alec Burke, chance for the team lead. This also is that to Enes Kanter. And Kanter missed dunk. And look who it is, Blake Griffin. Big time Clipper. But he got traded. He didn't have a choice. I don't think he would want to stay with LA as well. And now Drummond, obviously the rebound put back. 1-point game. And he puts that to Hardaway Jr. Hardaway, no. Pistons for the lead. Jackson back to Blake. Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin. Unleash chaos. Blake Griffin getting things done. 1-point lead for the Pistons. First lead in a while. And now here's Kristaps Porzingis. Chance to get back on the board. Yes, it does. Porzingis with the lead. And here's Reggie Jackson. Very, very good this year. And it goes, Reggie, 48-47. And here's Enes Kanter, guarded by Andre Drummond. Boom, Enes Kanter getting it to go. Enes Kanter, 8 tonight. 1 rebound, 4 of 5. He was perfect until that missed dunk. But you know, you don't hit them all. And now here's Reggie Bullock. Lafon has also been outstanding. And I think he's part of that 6-way tie for the lead. We know Reggie Bullock is up there. He's tied with Luke Galloway, with Langston Galloway, Blake Griffin, and Reggie Jackson on the top. And obviously, Ennis Porzingis on top, Cantor at the bottom, Trey Burke, Michael Beasley. Like you know, each band have been playing 23 minutes a game. Oh, here's Trey Burke, just up to Michael Beasley. Beasley now. And Beasley, no! Just go up 3 for the Pistons. Could give these Knicks their first loss of the season. Who knows? Who knows what? And it goes Reggie Jackson, 52-49. And the Pistons coming out strong in the second half. The Knicks. And see if the Knicks can rebound with Emmanuel Mudiay in the lineup. Emmanuel Mudiay, first round pick in 2015 for Denver, but now here with the Knicks, they found it would be better for his career to be one of the main guys. And Mudiay, shimmy right there. Emmanuel Mudiay's got 6 on the night. Who knew that he could hit that much? Here's Drummond, best player in Pistons history, no doubt. Oh, and Andre Drummond throwing it down right there. He's got that far. He's going to the bucket. Here's Kylo Quinn, Andre Drummond. And Quinn getting things to go, making it a 1-point game. Bullock got to Bullock, but Drummond inside. That does not have a good result when you have Drummond inside. Back-to-back points for Andre Drummond. And now here's Kristaps Porzingis. And Porzingis getting it to go. Porzingis has 12 tonight, 4 from mid-range. Something, he's got his rhythm. And here is Andre Drummond. Get bodies on him. And Drummond, no. The lead, who knows what we'll see next. But Nicolita. Guarded by Ennis Nicolita. Frank Nicolita slamming it down in the paint. Knicks regain the lead. And it goes 58-57. Blake's got 10 in the game. Quinn. No, Porzingis now. Bodies back to Emmanuel Mudiay. He was the guy he's guarded by. And no, but big steal for another 3-point lead. Blake Griffin already has 10 in the game. And of course it goes Blake Griffin. Right there, slamming it down, hanging on the rim. But now here's Emmanuel Mudiay. Not the main guy, but he is a guy on the team. And Pistons take possession. And Beasley can't believe it. And of course the mid-range jump shots is on there blocking it. And they're going to call a timeout for the New York Knicks. They're down by 3. Huge for them. It's a Pistons timeout, but they're celebrating, so I wouldn't know, but the Pistons take possession. Chance to go up 5. Their largest lead of the game have Ish Smith. And now Stanley Johnson, guarded by Beasley. Pretty good matchup if you ask me, but here's Johnson. And Stanley Johnson getting things going here. Thompson checked in. Former Cavalier, now acquired a day after the game. Now here's Tristan. He gets 6 in his Knicks debut. Who knew? And now here's John Layer, the most impressive man in the game right now. He's shocked the Knicks, most definitely. No one thought he could be that good ever since like a 3rd round pickish. But now here's John Layer. Lure getting it to go. And now Ish Smith. And Moutier. And here's Johnson in the paint. An offensive 3-second chance to tie the game. 1 possession game. Down by 3. Now here's Emmanuel Moutier. With 6 left in the quarter. And he's going to end out the quarter with a layup. Huge layup. And it's stuck up. Pistons lead at the end of the quarter. Who knew that these Knicks could be that good here? As Kristaps Porzingis really lighten things up. 1 quarter since the last time we checked the scoring. So we are going to see who leads the team in scoring after 3, because a lot of scoring happened there. So let's see. Porzingis 12. Moutier got himself in a 3-way tie for 2nd. So Thompson 6 points. And of course Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson and Andre Drummond, John Lure, and Reggie Bullock. Stan Van Gundy really pushing his team to get something going here, even though they're up by 1. Ish Smith. And he's fouled. Ish Smith will have 2 at the line after missing the shot. And Ish, can't believe he couldn't hit that, but can't hit him all the time. Ish Smith gets 2nd to go. 2-point game. Now this one will get closer now. Here's Trey Burke. Oh no, and Burke was shooting 2. Chance to tie this game all up. And it's stuck up, of course. So Burke will be shooting 1 more. He gets the 2nd to go. So it is a 1-point game. Cuts it back down to what it was a couple minutes ago with Anthony Tolliver and Thompson. Good matchup if you ask me. But Tolliver getting it done offensively. 64-67 Detroit. And here's Tristan Thompson. 6 in his Knicks debut. And now Tristan Thompson getting things going with a dunk. Ish Smith to Langston Galloway. Galloway finishing 3-point game. I wouldn't say there's any good matchup for Langston Galloway. He's just a mix-up. He's a mixed player. He's good one day, he's bad the other way. So there's no considered matchup. You're putting a trashy player on him, or else you're putting a really good player on him, because it wouldn't really matter. And tonight, John Lure, one of the bench players that people have considered trash here in Detroit, has been shining star tonight. And Trey Burke will be shooting 2. It will be John Lure. And And it goes 70-68. And it goes for him as well. 71-68. And it's Ennis, former Utah Jazz, former Thunder, throwing it down. Get the splash and the dunk. And now here's Stanley Johnson. Used to splash in that three-pointer, but of course, Johnson throwing it down. 3-point lead. What a game in New York. Close, even though the Knicks have been really tight in the standings. So have the Pistons. Pistons are in first as of now. And it goes. Here's Langston Galloway. Back to Stanley Johnson. Boy, he needs to get better. And no. And it's Scanner for the lead. Tim Hardaway Jr. Ooh, Hardaway gets the lead back here for the Knicks in their home opener versus Detroit. The week is almost over here on a Friday for the Knicks. The Pistons are calling timeout.